This is Monday, July 15th. If you have any questions that do not pertain to the agenda, save that for number 10, public questions and public comments. Anything on the agenda that we're going to vote on, I will give you the opportunity to have your time to speak your piece then. I'll ask for the roll call, please.
Mayor Cedar.
Here.
Councilmember Galler.
Here.
Councilmember Kupa.
Here.
Councilmember Laporte.
Here.
Councilmember Paul.
Here.
Councilmember Volz is absent today. Councilmember Watt.
Here.
Thank you.
Motion to excuse member votes.
Support.
Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda number 4A, City Council minutes of July 1st, 2024, special and regular meetings, recommendation approved, and the Board of Cemetery Trustees minutes of June 4th meeting, recommendation received.
Motion to approve A and B as presented.
Support.
Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to number 5A, order of introduction, golf carts. Chief, is that you on this, or?
Your Honor, I can take it,
All right.
maybe with an assist from the chief. Before you and members of council, is a proposed ordinance for introduction tonight that would deal with off-road vehicles. One of the observations that the police department's made recently is sort of a spike in the use of golf carts on our streets. And Chief Raker, familiar with an ordinance that's been used to great effect in the city of Marysville. We've essentially taken that ordinance and sort of modified it for our own means. Marysville's had it on the books since the year 2020, excuse me, and it's worked quite well. So anyway, this would require golf carts to be registered at City Hall and ensure compliance with all safety measures, and would also provide guidance on how they're to be operated and by whom, and on what streets and roadways.
Does this affect electric bikes at all?
It does not.
Are we looking at that?
Not as a part of this ordinance.
Okay.
There's an awful lot of them that go down the boardwalk.
All right, so we're going to deal with the ordinance defining ORVs as utility vehicles, side-by-sides, golf carts, does not include snowmobiles, multi-truck, multi-wheel drive, motorcycles, related two-wheel, three-wheel, four-wheel vehicles. So I'm going to direct my questions to you, Jim.
Or to the chief.
All right, so G and H, Chief, I just need a little clarification. G refers to no person, you have to have a driver's license to operate it. But then in the next, in H, it says a person under age 12 shall not operate. Do we need to do both those things? You need to have a license. Is the license still 16?
Yeah, 16.
So is that the number?
Yes.
So the 12, the underage 12 thing really doesn't mean much, does it? Or
And unless there's a, I don't know anything about the ORV statutes because we don't allow them in town right now. So I don't know if you can run an ORV at a younger age or not.
I think that's why that's included.
okay, all right, all right. J, all operators must, upon demand by a law enforcement officer, present either an ORV safety certificate or a driver's license.
So that'd be the younger ones. They get an ORV safety, just like a boater safety card that they get when they take that class in school or wherever they take it. The younger ones, under the age of 16, would have an ORV safety certificate.
Do we want a 13-year-old driving around?
Not really.
Can we change that, or is? Yeah.
Whatever you like.
But that's what I thought G says, you have to have a license. That's why
Right.
I think I'm confused.
So let's just keep G. Let's get rid of H
I like that.
Oh, okay, all right.
to make it easier for us too.
Should I just, I don't want to let if anybody would jump in, but I got a few things I do want. Okay, so under M, a person should not operate or ride an ORV unless they are wearing on their head a helmet and protective eyewear approved by the United States Department of Transportation. This section does not apply if the ORV is equipped with a roof that meets or exceeds standards for a crash helmet, and the operator and each passenger are wearing a properly adjusted and fastened safety belts. Chief, tell me what that means.
Technically, those open carts, they should have head protection.
So if you have a roof on your cart, you don't have to wear a helmet.
Yeah, if there's roofs on them, they're what do you want to say? They're approved by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
So you don't need to wear a helmet wearing a motorcycle, riding a motorcycle, but you need one riding a four-wheel vehicle?
Yeah, we can change that.
They changed that.
Well, but even the motorcycle, you have to have special insurance riders to not wear a helmet. Even though it's legal by law, you still have to have special insurance for your motorcycle.
The whole thing is just protection, because you're putting a 900-pound golf cart out there with 2,000-pound cars, and the one person that doesn't yield at the yield sign and broadsides that golf cart, it's not going to be pretty, so.
Yes. In order, we shall not be operated upon any portion of a state highway unless specifically authorized by MDOT. So is this gonna, so I guess what I'm getting at, Chief, and we've talked about this, is I live on the south part of, south of the bridge. I want to go up to the mall or the golf course or wherever. How do I get on this side?
MDOT allows you to petition them for a permit to use that for golf carts if you can prove that the city is separated by a river or road from food, tourism. So the people, we got to have an ordinance before we can petition the state to get that permit so they can cross the Pine River.
And our plan is to do that.
Yes.
How long does that take typically?
Shouldn't take long, I don't know.
Okay, section 58.305, the master map, and then Quentin already asked this, and I think, but I want to hear from you too, I guess. We have not created the master map yet,
We have not.
and that master map is not going to be restrictive. Here's what I don't want, Chief. I don't want to say, we've sold these golf carts to people, and I bought one, I live on Henry Street. Okay, just pretend. But I want to get down to the mall. And and our map doesn't include Clinton Avenue. Or will it?
Well, I think the way this is written, we could include every street that's 30 miles an hour under, which is pretty much every street in town, except North Riverside and South Oakland. They're 40, but everything else is 25 or 30 miles an hour, so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like you, and I think everybody else is, I want it safe. I want it
Right.
fair to the people who bought these things, who have these things, who are going to use them safely and legally. The last question I have is, and I think I know the answer to this too. Is
Hold on that real quick.
Okay, sorry.
You said 30 miles an hour? Does that include the portion of M29, or is M29 excluded because that's an M road?
Yeah, the M Road is out.
Okay. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So, no, thank you. My last question, I think, is registration of this. So we're going to register them here so that individuals can come in, but we're not going to charge them to do that, are we? It's just going to be, we're going to look at it, it's got to be safe, and we're going to put a sticker on it?
Right. The way I understand the law, I don't think we can charge for it.
That's right, yeah, there's typically no charge on these ordinances.
All right.
We've been working under the low-speed vehicle law for so long, and now there's so many golf carts, and 90% of them don't meet the standards of the low speed, so it's time to get a golf cart ordinance.
I agree completely with you, John, Chief. I'm just trying to make sure I understand everything I'm looking at here.
Right.
No, not until we either make a motion. I'm sorry, what?
Governors, maybe?
When we make a motion, then you can ask your question. Just hold on for a minute. Go ahead, Chief. You finished?
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions for Chief? Then at this time, I would ask if we're going to entertain a motion to introduce. And we're going to strike out
H?
H. If anybody's going to make a motion to introduce.
I'll move.
By Member Laporte.
Anybody want to support the?
I'll support that. That's accept the ordinance while scratching out H.
All right, so the motion made, supported. Now I'll take questions. Can you come up to the mic, please? And direct your questions, Josh, if you would, please, and if we'll call the chief back if we need him.
All right. I have some experience with vehicles of this nature, so maybe it would not behoove us to enforce or put into the ordinance a governor for the vehicles that move faster than 30 miles an hour. Just an idea.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, yeah, Mark Campbell, 804 Clinton. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
1374 South Riverside, the inspection or the permit, is that a yearly?
Yes, it's,
Yearly.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? All right, the motion made and supported to introduce the ordinance with the striking of paragraph H. Call the roll, please.
Watt,
Yes.
Statler,
Yes.
Ufa,
Yes.
Laporte,
Yes.
Yes.
Cedar.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. All right, most reports administration, Mr. Bishop, what do you got?
I have an engineering project update I'd like to go over this evening. But before I do, I want to let everybody know that Raylan Weatherup, she had worked in our office for about a year and a half. She had taken a new job at SC4, and just want to commend the rest of the team that's in the office that picked up the slack while she's been gone these last 2 weeks. Specifically, Jen Burlingame out of building department, she stepped up. Morgan has stepped up, Angie has stepped up, Jessica has stepped up, and so everybody's all hands on deck. And so it's good to see the culture of the place when somebody is absent or can no longer work. Everybody else, adapts very quickly, improvises, and then makes the best of the situation. So just hats off to the general administration that's working in the office. I think it's important to mention. Okay, so let's jump into the engineering project updates. First, the 2024 street improvement program is from Murray Underground. The reconstruction of Jackson, Oakwood, and Hugo Streets have been completed. Currently monitoring growth for the vegetation restoration. Will issue a final payment once all restoration has been deemed acceptable. Golf and Laura, this is the water main replacement, and this is from Palmer to St. Clair Highway as well. We know that there was numerous breaks along these water mains. The water mains along the east side of Goff from Palmer to St. Clair Highway and along the north side of Laura from Goff to South Riverside have all been replaced. All water main replacement work is complete at this time. All homes have had their service transferred to the new water main, and the old water main has been abandoned. All concrete restoration work is expected to be completed, and vegetation restoration to follow immediately behind the concrete work. Make mention that the 24 local resurfacing program for Aztec Asphalt, 7th Street from Thornapple to Fredmore Highway is done. 8th Street from Clinton to Francis is done. Pine Street from 6th to 8th Street is done. Palmer Street from St. Clair Highway to Goff is done. Glendale Street from Palmer to Oak is completed as well. I want to make note about the Clinton Avenue bike path. The only update I have on that is asphalt is currently scheduled for July 19th. I say that with a grain of salt, but I do expect to have this project wrapped up before boat races. Following the asphalt going down, retaining walls, specifically in front of 902, 910, 916, 1104 on Clinton Avenue. They have made, last week they did walk-arounds. They have made a plan to move forward with correcting the quality issues with that retaining wall, cutting them back, removing a section, curb cuts, making the right angles, the appropriate angles for the drive and the approaches, and also looking at any work up and down Clinton Avenue into those commercial businesses, i.e. the American Legion, making sure that their driveway approaches is sufficient and trucks and vendors aren't bottoming out as they come out of those driveways. I thank everybody for their patience as we wrap this long project up. I want to make mention about the sanitary sewer cleaning and television inspection program that we installed. Sanitary sewers located between Pine River and Clinton Avenue and between Riverside Avenue and 10th Street. They were cleaned and evaluated as part of this year's program. The pipeline management company has completed this work, and the investigation videos have been provided for AEW for review. We will go through those videos all through AEW after their review. We will go with them, and they're going to give us a summary of all the defects to be addressed, and we'll come up with cost estimates to correct those. Just a quick mention about Belle Maison condominiums. This was previously Kearney Court. The engineering plans have been approved for a 46-unit duplex condominium unit on the east side of Kearney Drive between North Delano and Camberwell. All permits have been received, and pre-construction meeting was held on June 28th of last month. Clearing of the site is currently taking place, and underground utility installation is anticipated to start the week of, well, this week they're supposed to be getting going on that. It takes approximately 6 weeks that they're calling for. AEW will be the inspection crew on site. Hampton Manor Assisted Living. This is next to Gearing. It's on 300 North Kearney. Engineering plans were approved in March of 23, as we know, for Assisted Living Center on the east side of Kearney Drive, immediately north of Gearing. Construction has been ongoing since January 24th. Underground utility installation nearly complete, not quite there yet. There is a section of water main near Kearney Drive and a section of stormwater near Kearney that has not been installed yet, so that's work to be done. And AEW has also been performing the inspection there. Little change of what was going on with Jordan Creek residential development. At one time, they want to do some senior assisted living back there, and then there was a pivot into doing single family homes back there. What has been approved is some driveway and some gravel to be put in. So if you drive past there, you're going to see some pilings. That gravel piling is for a driveway. The bulldozers aren't rolling right now. There's a couple property issues that the developer's sorting out and making sure that everything is in line and making sure all types of easements are in place, and all the permissions are where they need to be in order to move forward with that. Cox Road sidewalk. We are literally waiting for MDOT to issue their final plan. We have 80% of the plan completed, and design plans have been submitted back to MDOT. And we have been working closely with the township, East China Schools, to ensure that the funding is secured. Per MDOT's local agency schedule, this project would be advertised for bid in December of 24 of this year, with a bid opening on January 10th of 2025. Construction would take place in spring of 2025. And so that would fall in line with leading up to the summer before the middle school is then transferred into the high school. With that being completed, there'll be a complete pedestrian connection for all sides of the city at that point. Last but not least, I've instructed AEW to apply for a Transportation Economic Development Fund Category F grant for the resurfacing of Clinton Avenue from 6th Street to Kearney Drive. That qualifies under this program. It is a commercial corridor for us. MDOT was requesting projects last month through the program, and that would be for the fiscal year 2026 construction season. So we're just waiting to hear back the results from MDOT's review of our application. Do you have any questions so far for me for the engineering update I provided?
That Clinton Avenue, we can't go from 29 to Clinton, Kearney?
It was scheduled for, no, what was submitted for was 6th Street through Kearney.
Any other questions from Mr. Bishop?
And nothing's gonna be done with golf when they replace all this and not get that done? The road's gonna stay as is, or are we going to attempt to?
So great question. And what we can do, I'm going to wrap up all of the local jobs. They're going to be put on my spreadsheet, and I'm going to punch out the final number for all contractors. I'm going to compare that to what we budgeted for the job. And if there's remaining funds, there's a good possibility that in the fall, around September, definitely before any asphalt plant closes down, Aztec Asphalt would be willing to come back and complete that work. Okay, and they have honored that unit price if we decide to go that route. So I've made there's been 2 or 3 phone calls about Gulf Street and getting it paid this year, and I've said the same story every time, John. It's if there's extra money at the end of the year and we didn't go through it, that we'd like to attack that second phase of Gulf Street this year.
It's starting with Clutchy, you want to have a nice road right down there.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Anything else, Mr. Bishop? Let's go to B. Mr. Downey, got anything? Miss, thank you.
Nothing this evening, Your
All
Honor.
right, city departments.
Yes, Your Honor. Just a quick reminder, it's 22 days until the state primary election. Early voting will happen here in the council chambers, July 27th through Sunday, August 4th, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And absent voter ballots are also now available. Thank you.
Thank you. Any authorities or boards, commissions, committees? With no unfinished business, let's go to new business. Number 8, approve special event application, St. Clair High School Senior Sunrise. Chief?
The high school has requested permission for their annual senior sunrise in Palmer Park on August 26th at 6:30 in the morning. All the paperwork is in.
Motion to approve. Supported.
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, Chief. B, designation of Michigan Municipal League representative and delegate. Is that you?
It can be, yep. On an annual basis, council needs to designate by action of governing body the official who will be in attendance at the convention as the official representative, and then also an alternate It's recommended that the city superintendent is the official representative and then a member of council be the delegate. I believe last year it was Micah. So the motion would be to appoint Quentin and Micah as the alternate.
So moved.
Supported.
Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to claims of council. Number 9, claims of council, July 10th, 2024.
Hearing no questions, Your Honor, I make a motion to approve as presented.
Motion's made to support. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Go to number 10, public questions and comments. Anybody have any non-agenda items they want to talk about? And again, I'm going to ask you to keep it to 3 minutes, if you would, please. Give us your name and address, please, and I'll let you know when you're getting close with the 3 minutes.
Phil Lundman, 902 Clinton. Mr. Bishop, the statement you made about the bike paths and so forth, the concrete work, for the purpose of clarification, I understand they're going to do the blacktopping last. Is that correct?
I do believe that they're going to, the section in front of your home
Yes.
specifically,
From the railroad tracks down?
yes, they'll be topping that section.
Okay. Last? Or what do you understand to be correct as to when they're going to do that?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know the construction schedule of asphalt first or concrete last. I do know that if you lay fresh asphalt down and you come and then you roll concrete.
Yeah, they're going to damage, if they do that, they're going to
Correct.
damage it. And what you briefed was, made me question whether or not that's going to happen, which way.
Yeah. Okay, I hear what you're saying, Phil. I'm happy to find out specifically and give you a phone
Okay,
call.
because I'm a little bit unsure also what exactly they're going to do. I tried to get an answer, but everybody just, when the contractor was there, they just kind of sloughed it off. And
Okay.
they said they probably wouldn't start the work on our section until after the boat race, which makes total sense. No sense making more of a mess until the crowds are gone, so to speak. So,
Okay.
well, thank you.
Thank
I
you,
will.
Phil.
I'll find that out for you.
Okay.
Quentin, I know in the past you had meetings with the residents and the engineers.
Yes.
Is that going to go forward when they decide what they're going to do, or is that already set in place?
No, we have progress meetings, and then we're meeting actually on site now. We're not actually bringing in, doing a set down. We're just getting the engineer, and we're making sure we're on site, and we're pointing out, marking the wall exactly, marking the curb cuts exactly, so there's no misinterpretation about what's to be done. Yep.
Hi, Melissa Kleiss, 1104 Clinton Avenue. I was not at the last meeting because although I don't like having them anymore, I celebrated a birthday with my family. So that being said, I did watch it and kind of was a little bit unhappy the way something was portrayed. I did talk to the chief outside in the hallway. I approached the chief about Clinton Avenue, and what happens. I don't want to stop a party from happening. I used to be that party. And things happening. I didn't specifically say, although the fight did happen in front of my home and in the front of the apartments, but asking if there could be any presence anywhere at the point when things disperse coming up Clinton, because it is, by all rights, what we've been told, the main way coming in and out. And here's part of the reason was this past time. Not saying the police didn't do a great job. I have an uncle who served the Detroit Police Department in the gang unit for 40 years. So I do understand you have a tough job. It's a hard job. So I respect it, not saying I don't. But what happened at Clinton this time, motorcycles lane shared, that's dangerous. A pickup truck with at least 6, 7 people came. The girl jumped out in oncoming traffic to go across 12th Street. People were riding the opposite lane, going 4 streets, all of which something bad could have happened because it was smoky from people lighting fireworks off. And it sounds like complaints, but it's genuine concern because somebody's going to get hurt. And we ride motorcycles. So, I have much respect, but something bad's going to happen. A kid's going to run out. Something's going to happen, And that's all I was saying. Like, it's getting bigger. Word of mouth's getting bigger. You have Hamlin Pub. You have the brewery in, right? It's getting bigger. People like the fireworks here. They like coming to the water. As it's getting bigger and you have more homes coming in and apartments, it's only going to get bigger. I came from a small town. I watched it happen. And I watched our police force even say that they only had so much. They had to outsource a couple times, just like you did for the walkways, which was great. I appreciated that. You know, my family appreciated that. You know, but you might have to get a couple where you have them coming up a little bit so people are just aware. You know, it kind of keeps them in check a little bit. That's all, you know, that's all I was saying. Wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I think you might have took it that way. You know, but that's just where I'm at, because it's just a matter of time. And I'd rather be proactive with it to see it than not active at all.
Thank you.
I agree.
And the only other thing is, I heard you on the signs, but 10th Street still is an issue. They don't even stop at it because it sits behind her porch. That is the main sign we're talking about.
I'm going to ask you to stop there, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
One more time, Mark Campbell, 804 Clinton. I've been informed by one of the supervisors and inspectors that we're not going to get an approach off of Clinton Avenue, according to Mr. Bishop, because he feels that we've already had one installed at the city's expense. Is that true, sir?
No, so when I heard about your conversation that you were promised an approach off of Clinton, went back and looked, I think it was in 2020, that when 8th Street was done, that a brand new porch was installed at that point. And so I went back with the field engineer, AEW, and I said, I need you to pull up all the records we've had conversations with. Any of the residents on Clinton Avenue, I need to look at the easements, I need to look at the sign-offs, I need to look at your field changes. And within those records, there's nothing to suggest that a driveway approach was planned and or committed to the project. And so there's nothing to say that was part of what should have been done or is going to be done.
So is that a yes or a no?
There's no plan to put an approach in off of Clinton.
Just for your information, M&M put concrete put in our driveway. God, it's been probably 6 years now. They put in an approach. City took it out when they did 8th Street. Didn't ask for that. Thank you for it, but whatever information you had is not totally correct. I paid for the driveway. I paid for the approach. City cut my approach out and put in a new one. So I'll take that as a no from you, sir.
It's standard business. If we damage your property within resurfacing the street, we're going to replace that.
Well, that's okay. If the no is your answer, just spit it out. I'm a big guy. I can take it.
No, I didn't. It's not that way. That's not the approach I'm taking or the angle I'm taking. What I'm saying is that you may have paid for a driveway and you may have paid for an approach. The wrong thing to do would have to tore your approach up and then ask you to pay for another one. The right thing to do was to replace your approach because we damaged it.
Okay, just so it's no. Just for the record, the answer is no.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm trying to get at. A straight answer.
Thank you. The answer
Have
is
a
no.
good night, guys.
Mrs. Bodak, come on up.
Mary Boda, 1170 South 12th. 64 years at the same place. Okay, so I'm the mayor. Billy thinks he is, but I'm the mayor at 12th Street. Okay, the car show, 345 cars. They had to turn people away. So it was fabulous. It was a beautiful day. Vern and Linda Cummings are retiring, same as we retired from the Marbleye, the same years. It was started 2002. We started in 2002. And the other thing is somebody going to announce about the big boat parade coming up. Who knows about that? Not on the river, on land. Nobody know. Oh, you know about it. You better tell.
When it's my turn, I'll talk about that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Follow your thunder.
It's almost my turn. Any other public comment or questions? All right, let's go with number 11. Mayor and council, anybody have anything besides me? All right. First of all, good job with the fireworks. Keep up the good work. Vern Cummings, thank you, but I talked to Vern Saturday, 345 cars, and they had to turn people away. But he's retiring, but Mark Van Kerberg, I believe, is taking over. The boys' baseball team, Chris, help me out here, is it 12 and under?
12 you, yep.
They won the regional, yes, no, what?
State.
No,
Or-
regional.
They
So
won
it's
the
the
regional.
first game of the regional after states. They won the states already.
And they're playing tonight, I think if they win tonight, they go to the World Series. Does that sound right?
They're getting closer, I know that.
Okay. All right, well, good luck to them wherever they are. Boat races. Last weekend in July, something new this year on Friday night, Courier and Kinsfight have organized a boat parade. It's going to go up M29 to Vine, Brown to 9th to Clinton, down Clinton to right in front of Burger King. And there'll be a street party there from 6 till 9. Many of the boats will be over there and the racers, and there'll be a little entertainment and should be a interesting. Is there something new? It's 30 years this year for them.
30 years.
30 years, yeah. That's all I think I have.
You know what time the boat parade is? Is it
6.
6 o'clock?
Yep.
And then it ends there, and then the street party's till 9?
Yes, that's my understanding.
Thank you.
All right, anybody else?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Sport.
Motion made, supported to adjourn. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Be safe. Be nice to each other. It's not that hard.